Hey, how's it going, everyone? Black Cat Hobbies here with some more Monster Hunter stories. I know things look weird, and I'll explain once we get started. Alright, so, should be back to the normal character after this video. We're going to have a cutscene right off the bat, and I'll explain things once that's done. Also, here we go. To get to Guardian Ratha's den, we need to follow the path north and go through the forest on the hill. It's usually off limits, but since we've got the chief's permission, we can go right ahead. Alright, not much of a cutscene, but still a cutscene. So, the reason why we started out this way is I left the village on this account to do a few more side quests just to get to where I wanted to. Just to find out that the cutscene starts up basically as soon as you load into the area. So, I had to back out, and my autosave point was literally me exiting the village. Why we're on the different character, I'll explain in a moment. Though you guys might actually get a little more out of me on this video than anticipated, because in the one that's not being uploaded, I pretty much skipped about every encounter other than the required ones, just to save time, because I'd already recorded 3 videos in one sitting, and I was at the point where I was wanting to move on. Let's go ahead and grab this real fast. If I've done this properly, or if I'm at the level I think I am. Okay, we snuck up on it. Ugh. Dang it, I thought we were at the proper level. Alright, well, they like to use speed, so we're going to stop over to technical. We're going to switch monsters over to, we'll go with Yan Cook too, even though I prefer Puke. I want to save Puke for later, just in case. Wipe this one out.
Keep up
Okay.
the pace.
So, once you get to a high enough level,
Always wins.
weak enemies like this will actually allow you to just hit 2 buttons and auto-complete the battle. I was really hoping I was at that point. Apparently I'm not, though. Probably means I'm 1 level short. So we might actually get there in the video. Hard to say. But yeah, after this video, we should be back onto the account I've been using for the recording. So, basically what happened is I recorded episodes 2, 3, and 4, and everything was just fine. No big deal. All one sitting, just stopping long enough to, I might have, run side quests here and there, but pretty much if I stopped, it was just to, take a drink, stuff like that. Nothing really big deal-wise. My program was up the whole time. You know, everything should have been fine. Then I went and I recorded with the Guardian Ratha Woods. I think we have a cutscene in the beginning of this. Could be wrong, though. Such a pretty place, though. I really do like this map. And hopefully we'll get to the level where it'll just let us run through things. Alright. Head through the forest until you reach Guardian Ratha's den. Careful, though, it's not a well-traveled path. Alright, so I'll get into the rest here in a moment. Let me know how the audio is. I was listening to some of the videos I had rendered, and I know the game audio was pretty loud, so I think I've turned down the audio through my recording. If it's still too loud, let me know. It might take a few episodes for me to change it, but I'll adjust it through the in-game settings if I need to, and I don't know, I might try it for the next episode, and y'all let me know how it is. Otherwise, it might take a few episodes. It kind of depends on whether or not I just go ahead and do it, or if I wait for feedback from everybody. And it'll just be an issue of, I need to find out if the adjustment I made to my recording device did the trick, or if I'm actually going to need to go into the in-game audio settings and play with it. That is one thing I'm still trying to learn, since every game's audio setup is different. I'm needing to figure out if it's something I can fix just from the system, or if I'm going to have to actually go into each individual game and play with the audio setup, which I don't mind. It will honestly make things easier if that's the case. But we'll find out. So just let me know how the audio is. Well, that backfired horribly, and yeah, there's a treasure chest up there that I want. Alright, so back to the story I was talking about. So, I went and I recorded those videos. Everything was fine. And so, like, I immediately went ahead and recorded what would have been episode 5, the video I'm recording as I'm speaking to you. And so as I'm rendering things, that one gets done, and I went to check it for a few things. And for some reason, the audio was just terrible. So much distortion and everything. It was... I don't want to say unwatchable, because if you threw it on mute, you'd at least get the gist of what's going on and read the subtitles, but the audio pretty much made it so that it was perfect. Alright, we're all going for me. Kulu likes the technical, if I remember correctly. Hopefully everybody else will take care of the bugs. Ooh, I was really looking for more than that. I was really wondering if anybody was going to take out the bugs. So go ahead and switch monsters real fast, pull out both though. I got a feeling I'm going to need to get to level 10 to just bypass some stuff. I'm going to go for Kulu, because hopefully someone else will take out the bugs. Good. And nice double attack going. Don't pick up your... I picked up the rock. I was hoping to have another friend before I did that, so I didn't have to swap weapons. Also, what's everybody think of this character? There we go. Personally, I think I made it look good, but I wouldn't mind other people's opinions. Just go ahead and use the hammer on and smack him down. Alright, but yeah, so basically, with the audio being so horrible, that video was basically not usable. As much as I hate that. And as much as I'm enjoying this game, recording an unusable video in that, there were multiple cutscenes, there was a boss fight, I had actually already gone back through this entire area on my other account, just grinding for levels. No boss fight left, of course, and I don't know if there was a way to replay the cutscenes or anything like that, but you definitely wouldn't have gotten the boss fight, and the boss fight was actually kind of interesting. Let's see, should be able to go this way. But yeah, so because of that, I had to come up with a solution, because I can't just drop a bunch of story. If it was just maybe a small mission, I might have considered it. But this is a mission with a lot of story importance. So I couldn't just say, leave it out. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the point of a Let's Play. It's playing the game, showing it off, but also giving the story for anyone who either doesn't have the time or the money to play this game, or just for any of them that might want to know if they like the idea of the story. Let's see, let's go ahead and no one's targeting me. Yeah. I mean, in proper Let's Plays, if I'm going to leave anything out, it's not going to be the episodes that involve actual story content. Oh, right. I forgot. I thought I said the name of it. That is clearly on me. That is my bad. For some reason, I thought I still had the hammer equipped, even though I should have remembered that it always goes back to that. As far as the armor on this character, it's just armor that I happen to like to look up. The other armors were rather basic, or didn't have the abilities I wanted. That's better. Yeah, because of my mistakes, that took too long.
You smashed it!
That's actually going to help me out. But yeah, so because of everything that happened, there really didn't seem much choice than to re-record the video, because the audio... I let my wife listen to it, and we were both fairly sure it was unsalvageable. Maybe when this channel gets big enough that I can actually hire an editor, they might have had a way to salvage it. I'm not sure. But so for the time being, I was left with my option being either completely restart the game on that character, which was already documented, so things would have looked really weird, or make a second profile and play up to the point where I had where the recording was messed up. And then if I went with that route, I could keep it as a backup profile in case anything happened with the main profile, whether corrupted data or we just have another weird recording where the audio or worse, the visuals are just really messed up. I don't like it when that happens, but it sadly will happen on occasion. I'm not sure if it's an issue with my computer or my program or what. Hopefully when I can scrape the cash together to get a computer, well, I should say a better computer, because my computer's reasonable, but I got it back before we were thinking about me doing YouTube as, well, I want to say as a career. It's definitely something that we're working on. And so it just does not hold up as well as I'd like for that. If I get a better one, it's just that we streamline the process, we get more videos out, we can get them out faster, all that sort of stuff.
Keep up the pace!
Things of that nature. So, admittedly, an editor is probably first up on my list of things, just to make the content better, along with getting an actual channel icon, banner, you know, just stuff to help out the channel a little bit. Granted, once we get a new computer, we're looking at maybe getting better internet, because I would love to be able to stream for people, but between all wireless internet I can drop in this computer, I don't have a way to handle that at the moment. You know what? We're going to go ahead and go for the ride. So what's the worst that can happen? Pick up a rock? Knew it! Knew he was going to go for the rock. So let's get through this rock. I was hoping that would break the rock. No. I do not want to waste that. Just because it probably wouldn't be broken in time. Alright. Apparently I would have bucked out. Alright.
What a heart-pounding battle!
But yeah, so when I settled on this option, booted up I keep a second account on my Switch just for, basically if it's a game that is pretty much offline, I will record on that account because it is listed as the channel's account. If it's a game where I might need to get online for stuff, the online profile I have is linked to my main account, so it'll be one of those two that I'm on for my recordings. So I hopped over to my channel account to create another profile. And yeah, I probably could have done it on my main, but I didn't want autosaves to start messing with each other, just to be on the safe side. And yeah, pretty much just went and played the 5 or so hours required to get to the point where I had left off on videos, or well, where the video had failed. And I grabbed some side quests that I was looking forward to, and that's where the opening of the video ended up kind of weird, is side quests, and I was looking forward to doing them. And yeah, well, the video pretty much loaded into a cutscene as soon as I got out into the field from the village. Wasn't really much I could do on that one. So that is why you're seeing Leia. And yeah. The technical targeting buddy. Assuming he doesn't get wiped out. There we go. That part is that 5 hours or so that it took to get back to this point was with battle speed turned up to 3 times if I remember correctly. So it took a while. On the upside, if something doesn't want the audio on the main account again, I've already got this account created, it's just a matter of testing it.
Kinship always wins!
Admittedly, this account will probably get played a lot as well, but for different reasons. I mean, it is a spare, so I can't go too far ahead on it just because of possibly needing for recording purposes. But at least once through the game, I'm definitely going to put a lot of time into this account because, I don't know about all of you, I might just be a little weird. I like seeing the different armor, on different character models. So on Rise, I'll have my main account, but then I'll have a spare account as well, just so that I can see the different armors, say, in this case when the armors look different between male and female. I've got one account to see the armor on male and one account to see the armor on female. On MMOs, I will occasionally have multiple characters split between male and female just to see the different armors.
Eyes on the prize!
Or in some cases, especially in MMOs, you have things like clones or if we go with Monster Hunter, layered armor. Because I like to be able to play around with the different designs, and we'll go ahead and make this thing. So like if you take Monster Hunter as so give me a moment. Good.
Kinship always wins.
Alright, so if you take, say, Rise for an example, and I'm going to have to work on this at some point, male characters get the Utsushi armor, I think is what it is. It's the armor for one of the characters. I want to say it's Utsushi, but I'm not looking at the name right now, so I might be mispronouncing it. And I like that armor. If you're playing a female character, you do not have the luxury of that armor. You instead get the Channeler, or I think it's Maiden set, but I could be misremembering the names, but it's basically the armor of the Wyverian twins that you deal with in the game. You get two versions of Utsushis as well, both one where you're not wearing the mask and one where you are. And to take another example, Mizutsune's armor. Really don't like the Mizutsune armor for guys. I mean, it's all right. It's not really something I care for. All right, there's what I'm looking for. Mizutsune armor for ladies, on the other hand, that armor looks great. Can do a lot with it. Guy armor, not so much. Like, I could maybe use the pants, but the rest of it is not really, and I really don't care for the helmet on it. But for the ladies, it's great armor. I could honestly see using that in a lot of mix sets. Or at least in a lot of mixes for layered armor. Doesn't really fit the playstyle I use in most cases, so there's that. But for layered armor, definitely could see using a lot of it. And I don't know, maybe down the road, like once I'm through the main game, or the main game plus the expansions, if you all want, I might take the time to make videos that showcase the armors for the different genders, but that kind of depends on if you guys even want it, because by that point, the game will have been out long enough that there might not be a reason to. Alright. Oh, this is not annoying, but easy enough to work with. Probably just gonna let the health dealer penalties. Keep using tech, but I'm gonna go ahead and switch. And then, because of what we're fighting, I need to swap weapons to, sadly, something weaker. Granted, I do like this weapon, the joys of the rock paper. Alright, let's break its face. Alright. One contra down. That's good. Almost down, but my bulldrum is a little on the weak side. I'll go ahead and just in case. Looks like I probably didn't need to, but I just want to risk getting ahead.
That's the way.
He says it's all there. Santa, you should probably do it yourself, because I've got other things to do. I definitely have other things to do. That's good. Get our double. And good, part broken. Oh! We're gonna go ahead and ride. Can't guarantee it working. We're going to try to get the, okay. It's not going to be working. Let's go ahead and pinch steal it then, because at that amount of health left, it's just not worth trying to level up the kinship skill. Oh, by the way, what's everybody think of the hat for this character? I mean, I can turn the helmet off.
You smashed it!
Like, I like the outfit, the helmet. Yeah, I can take or leave. That stuff will come in handy for upgrading gear later, though, if nothing else. It's the wife's day off, but she decided to take a nap, so I figured it's a good time to record. And I pretty much finished up everything I need to do in Raid to get ready for the Fusion event, or the Fragment event that's coming up, that I will... Let's see, already halfway there, see the mountain up ahead, that's the way the Guardian Ratha's in. The Slum Forest, buddy, seems like it'd be real easy to get lost in a place like this. So, if I can get my stuff swapped around in a reasonably efficient manner, I will probably be doing a shard opening or two during the event and some updates on the progress. The champion should help that account for it, but we'll see. There's what I'm looking for. Oh, and there's stuff in the water. Lucky Charms. Okay. I know I can't swim, but that was a Pelagicide ore. Or however it's pronounced. I was expecting a fish. I actually prefer to get the ore. I know. But worth it. Can definitely use the experience for the fight that's coming up. Okay, dealing with that. I'm gonna go ahead and swap monsters out the bull drum again. Swap the weapon over to the hammer to take out the conjurer. Technical. And of course the one I was going for is defeated already. I didn't want to do that. Hammer's not good against him. Okay, at least the ads are done.
That's the way!
Yeah, I guess technically they're not ads. You like ads? Alright, so you slap that out again to the arrow, because it's the only thing that actually likes to work on this jerk for some reason. I learned that the hard way on my other account. Come on. Let's break it. Getting there. So close. Let's go for some more damage out. Okay. With what it's got left, we're going to go ahead and go for a ride. And I think Freeman should be enough to finish him off. Since he's down, so we'll get the crit bonus. And if not, well, oh well.
Your kinship
Ah, so close. Thank you, Kana.
wins.
So out of curiosity, and I know I don't have much out to this time, I've got more recorded, it's just because it's a Saturday only thing. What's everybody thinking of the Dark Souls content so far? Just curious. Yeah. There is one upside, and I'm probably going to jinx myself by mentioning it. This is the video, not this one specifically, but on my other account, where my internet actually went out while I was recording it. So, well, that shouldn't have been anything that would have affected the sound quality. It did make for some amusing interruptions in the recording that had to be edited out, and shouldn't have to worry about it. Oh, I'm not passing that up. Oh! Protection and anti-sleep? I will take that. That's a nice find. Right now, my only talisman is a health boosting one. Granted, I like it. Okay. So that leaves the question of, is it this way, or... Hello, Puke. I will come back to you. Apparently a very angry Puke. Come on, let me just hit the 2 buttons to move on with this. But if I didn't, there was a risk of them getting a drop on there. Still nothing. Okay. Well, it's the technical. I can really change my mouse.
Eyes on the prize.
Alright, just the zone left. We'll go ahead and change monsters. Really want to save Puke for later. That should do some nice damage. Alright. We move on.
You did it!
Hopefully some good gear. Oh well, good rewards. Ooh, we're getting there on the XP. Alright. Since I want to say I saw a rare gathering node, I really don't want to pass that up. Just a Pelagicite. Bummer. Okay, it doesn't look as if there's anything up top. Well, I can always come back and get that Puke later. I'm not sure it's necessary, but I wouldn't mind taking some of that extra stuff for later. I'm gonna need to do some extra crafting later for a sub-quest. Alright, so we'll pop the speed. Take the middle one. Put some more damage in that. One down.
Eyes on the prize.
At least I'm not taking much damage after this. Let's go with this one. Between all of us, it should be an easy win. It really isn't the point where it should just start allowing me to auto these. Apparently I'm not quite there yet.
Kinship always wins.
Alright, that might come in handy as well. And I do apologize if this video ends up feeling like it runs on a little bit. It's a large den to go through. Okay, I will have to, I don't want to leave that Puke just wandering around. So I will come back because I recognize this area now. Now that I've seen that. Because, we're going to have to actually take advantage of that here in a moment. But I also don't want to risk losing out on treasure because... Treasure? I mean, that should be enough reason right there. Yeah, that's my bad. I went the wrong way. I don't know what it is about that one specific room layout just always throws me off a little bit. Like, anytime I see it in a den, I get my entrances mixed up. And I don't know why. More paint berries. Unhappy Pugos. Now, part of why I don't mind going ahead and getting through these is because, yes, I know Puke can spit poison. We've already fought so that little thing that popped up on the map in the other is basically an area that will heal us back and forth. So I don't really mind going ahead and doing this. Alright, there's almost busted. Where did he go from the back for his zone? That was stupid. Finish cut the tail. Alright. That's better. Full-grown, how did you miss? He's not angry yet. Okay, now. She's ready there. Hasn't eaten yet. That should be the winning.
Let's go.
Break him.
This'll put you out of commission.
I think that would probably make a reasonable thumbnail, but there's way too many opportunities for reductions in this video, or at the end of the video. Come on, Mofango. You're mean, and you don't give up. Now it's doing much better. I was wondering when it was going to be bad. So whenever it does that, it's stats when the Puke changes up its abilities. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and ride. Kinship. Just to completely negate Weapon Venom.
Your kinship's strong.
Now, I'll admit, one thing I don't care for with when you run at multiple times speed is you don't get the front animations from the kinship skills. And some of them I actually really like.
Kinship always
Some
wins.
of them I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, I actually can't think of the monster's name right now, because I haven't fought one in this game, and it's not one in Rise. I'm familiar with the name because of World, but I never got that far in World just due to scheduling conflicts, and how I was trying to record it. So yeah. Might have been Brachydios. Really not a big fan of that specific kinship skill animation. Alright. Okay, it's one of these rooms. Well, I'm glad I did come this way, as I didn't want to pass up the treasure chest. Especially not for 1,000 Zinni. My Zinni supplies are not entirely where I'd like them to be. They're not terrible, but they're not where I'd like them to be. Herbs. We'll go up this way just to hop over and grab that herb while we're at it. And that one. And I guess I'm skipping that mushroom down there. Oh well. Alright, back the way we came, time to go visit the Malinxes. Malinxes, whatever, the cats. No. This way. At least this I remember. Now. Let's see, I think I have every egg from this starting island outside of Aptonoth on this account. And on the main account I do have an Aptonoth too, not that I use it that often. So looking forward to getting stuff from the next island though. Just because outside of Puke, most of these creatures are like, they're okay and all, but they're not really what I want in my party. I'm looking forward to whatever it is we'll find on the next island. Alright, so welcome to our burrow. Hop off, go in the burrow. Looks like a feline burrow. Guess we may as well take our... yeah. So we check the chest. Okay, we got an anti-burn talisman. That actually could come in handy later. Battle performance will suffer if you don't look after yourself. Let me get you healed up before you faint. Let's get a full recover. Look after yourself and rest your paws whenever you need to. Come back anytime you need a little loving care. Yeah, just a nice little, because it's a longer pin, they give you a nice little spot to come rest up a little bit so you're not having to burn through extra items for no apparent reason. It seems as if I somehow missed the big bull drone. Might as well take this guy out. I think this is the last enemy before the boss. I'll admit, the other video I did record, probably been about a week since that one. So I may not be entirely remembering. As my handle it. That should be a knockout Pokemon. And Extraordinary Rider, nice! Gotta love the medals. There you go on that impersonation. Alright. That one's super taken up by the others. And they're gonna focus power in. Not as much. Oh yeah, I have a sub quest that involves getting like 30 head-to-head wins or something like that. Alright, once we get out of here, I've actually got a question for everyone, but it's completely off the topic. But feel free to leave your answer in the comments section.
Kinship always wins.
Oh, come on. 4 XP to make level 10. Ah, bummer. Alright. So, the question I happen to have. For any of you watching these videos that are Star Wars fans, especially fans from the pre-Disney Star Wars era, I'll admittedly, I did enjoy Season 1 of Mandalorian. I haven't watched all of Season 2 yet. I've been meaning to get to it, but my wife and I watched that together, so it just kind of depends on whether or not she's in the mood to watch it when she gets home from work most days, stuff like that. Also, I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't know, like most things on my TV are fine. Disney Plus, though, we have to turn the volume almost all the way up. And I don't know if that's a Disney Plus thing or what, because Netflix, pretty much everything, YouTube, almost everything I watch, unless the audio values are just naturally lowered, that I watch on my TV, can keep the volume in like the 30 range. And that's maybe 35 with fans running, depending on what it is. Disney Plus, if my fans are running, have to be up in like the 90s for the sound level. So close now. Guardian Ratha's Den is just up ahead. Keep going. Now, I have also enjoyed... my whiskers are tingling. Dang it, cutscenes. Something tells me we might have to fight our way out of here. You ready, buddy? Now, what I've watched, I've also enjoyed for the Bad Batch. I actually need to finish that as well. It's, again, just something that I've been watching with my wife, so it kind of depends on what mood everyone's in when we have free time. Sometimes we want to watch movies, sometimes that stuff. It all depends. What we do with this combat. What I want to know is if you were in charge of like selecting what was going to happen for the sequel trilogy. So imagine that the sequel trilogy didn't happen. Admittedly, I'm sure for some of us that's not hard because there's plenty that wish it hadn't happened. Oh yeah, I should change over to Mustang, go fast. Or bull run, whatever it is. But yeah, so Disney took the time to announce they were doing a sequel trilogy, and you were in charge of what that sequel trilogy would be, and you had full permission to either come up with something brand new or pull anything from Legends comics. The only requirement is having to be that it's a sequel to the original trilogy. What would you have done or chosen to adapt? I'm really curious. Something I think about on occasion. Personally, for a while I was thinking one more would be really interesting since it's only a place.
This will put you out of
it's a series
commission.
I never finished and never started it, just never got around to finishing it. Also, most of my local bookstores is frequent instead of buying online. Half the time don't have that in stock, especially since the whole change over to Disney being Disney. let's just try to finish it off. Though, if they had wanted to keep a similar premise to what they had already had, and I don't know about you,
Your kinship's
but
strong.
anyone that read, he was part of like the Galactic Civil War, the time where Jason Solo, Tony. Sorry, I thought it was a new attack. Yeah, so if anyone's familiar with that story, what's your opinion? I mean, I would love to know, as I really enjoyed the Yuzon Zong War, but there were so many books in it, I don't think they would have tried to adapt it into a trilogy. Unstoppable for Yen I mean, I know what I would have loved to see made into a movie, but it really doesn't fit into a sequel. And honestly, might have made a better TV series. Personally, I'd love to see the Republic Commando novels turned into whether it be a TV show or movies or something. Personally, I really enjoyed those, and I found the characters quite interesting. Here we go. Cutscene time.
These are sacred grounds.
Water. Such good water. This place is so
Your
pretty.
grandpa passed away, but his Rathalos came back. Besides Red, Guardian Ratha would never let anyone else ride him. I'm sure he's waiting for Red to come home. That's what Chief Gara always said.
But this red guy's not around anymore, right? So why...
The truth is, once a monster forms a bond with a rider, it never forgets them. Remember that strange light when Guardian Ratha left? Something must have happened then. Otherwise, Guardian Ratha would never have abandoned the island. Okay, let's take a look around.
Yeah, leave it to me! My nose knows there's something here!
Here we go. Hair clipping.
Is it? Red! I can't believe my eyes!
Who are you?
I'm sorry to say, but this isn't Red.
Of course. There's no way it could be. It's just, those eyes look like Red's.
Red was one of our leaders. This is his grandkid.
Huh?
Red passed away a long time ago.
I know. It's just I actually came to see Guardian Ratha. Red gave me something to bring back here.
Something from Red?
Here we go.
Whoa! Whoa! What was that?
Boss fight time. Cue epic music.
Something's coming! Over there!
Just about to.
An Abjanath? And Guardian Ratha's dead? Why is it acting so weird? What's going on?
This looks awfully bad, buddy!
Please, take this. It's Red's old kinship stone. You might be able to use it to calm that monster down.
Red's kinship stone. How come you have it?
Red, he wanted you to have it. Take it.
You ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it! Right on!
Alright, ready for the pain. I want to say this is technical, but I don't entirely remember. So, we're going to go ahead and swap out again for the old route. Okay, I got that completely wrong. Yeah, that's not good. I completely misremembered that. But, it means my boy gets to shine. I kept thinking about Anjana's fire breath for some reason, so I was thinking, oh, you know, technical abilities. And that is okay. Alright, let's beat him down. Right, okay. How do I forget this? Not ideal that this isn't upgraded yet, but I either didn't have the parts or didn't have the thing. I don't remember why. It's not going after me. So we're going to go with a charge. Okay, now it's going to start doing what I was thinking. I don't think it's technical, but we'll fish out its ability. We'll go with that. We should be finding over that. Hey, I got it right. That unfortunately does mean I'm going to need to change PK back out. It's a little disappointing, so I'm really hoping the poison answers. Alright, Ryan Mom, I guess you're it. Not that I want to use you right now. Alright, let's
Go! This'll
but
put
yeah,
you
as far
out
as
of
the Star Wars
commission.
stuff goes, I was, before getting ready to record, I was watching some videos basically talking about the history of the major content in the Legends material. Just something kind of interesting to me. And so I'd like to get your opinions if you don't mind. I know it's off subject. It's just something I've been thinking about. Oh, okay. That might help if it works. Oh, that's not good. Definitely about these braces levels. Okay, it's not allowing for that target yet, so that's disappointing. was hoping it was going to allow me to target his face. But I guess not quite yet. Still got a moment, might still be able to drop it. Grandma, why are you going to power? Whatever. We can do enough damage, maybe? Not quite enough. I do not like seeing that. That hurts. Okay, get back to normal. It's gonna even hurt. Oh, okay, that's the guy. Well, with that being that, push back to the technical. Well, I got that wrong, that's for sure. That is not ideal. Ava, worry about that stuff. I get back to using speed, I'm going back to technical. Oh, it's bad again. Okay. Keep doing that. We'll team up and aim for the face. Nose, whatever. Double on the nose. Hopefully this will do enough.
This'll put you out of commission.
Break the part.
Show me what you
Good. Ooh, 1,068. Not a bad hit. See that? It scores the flames and it's snap. Yep. Trying to have fire, trying to go on the offensive. Okay. With it being down. Back up. Probably back to using speed again. Yep. Now. Alright. Well, that's gonna keep happening. Come on, buddy. Yeah, like I said, sorry this is probably a longer video. It's just this part takes a little bit. Alright, with any luck, it's definitely can hurt me. Now that's a little anticlimactic. I was looking for something big. Antonath's got nothing on us. Sure, whatever you say, cat.
Kinship always wins!
It'll be a battle to remember, I think. And we get some nice Angie stuff. Not that I'll be able to use it at the moment. I do know once this is all said and done, I'm going back to the village.
We did it, buddy!
That was amazing. I wonder if it was thanks to that kinship stone.
Whoa! The kinship stone powered up!
Yeah, because apparently that's a thing.
Seems like this one works differently than the ones I know. My old partner's kinship stone powered up after purifying the Black Blight.
The Black Blight. I've heard of that. There's no way it could have come back, right?
Right. Whatever's going on here, it's something totally different. It makes my fur stand on end. But this could be something even worse.
It's like Chief Gara said. Guardian Ratha leaving must have started all this. That's probably why the Anjanath lost control too.
You okay, buddy?
I really need to see if I can, what colors I can make this outfit.
Just as I thought. You really are like Red. My name is Emma. Your grandfather and I were friends long ago. He saved my life. It's something I want to show you. Follow me.
Huh? Wait up!
Here we go. Huh.
That's a Rathalos egg, isn't it?
I hid it here so the hunters wouldn't be able to find it.
Smells nice and fresh. For sure a peppy little monster. But the scent is a little different from a regular Rathalos, though.
Guardian Ratha gave this to me before he left. He wanted me to take care of it. That's what it seemed like.
Wait, what?
These strange happenings aren't confined to this island alone. Rathalos are disappearing from their natural habitats. Nobody knows where they're going. Monsters that are usually docile are acting aggressive. There are reports of people being attacked.
That's terrible. So this is happening in other places too?
That's right. The whole world is getting hysterical, and that's why I'm traveling around to find what's causing this catastrophe.
What a mess. So when the ocean changed color and we saw that light, what was all that?
Well, I don't know yet. But I think Red knew something. He spoke about an omen of disaster.
A disaster?
Ah, here you are.
Huh? Chief Gara.
Over here! I saw the riders go this way!
They've got to be hiding that Rathalos somewhere. Find them! The hunters believe we're harboring a dangerous monster. They won't stop until they've found what they're after.
If they see this egg, we're gonna be in trouble.
That egg.
We should go to Ruto village. The hunters can't harm us there.
Ruto village?
It's where I live. It's a Wyverian settlement. Humans aren't allowed in without permission. The hunters won't be able to follow us there. Come with me, please. I just know this Rathalos will help us once it hatches.
You want to come too? What's the matter? Are you scared? There is nothing to fear. It's a big world out there. But Rathalos will guide you.
Sorry, I was spacing that it would do that.
That's my buddy! I knew you'd come around!
But, Chief Gara...
It's no mere coincidence. You were given Red's kinship stone, and now a Rathalos egg. This is destiny. In Ruto village, you can hear the legend of Raised Wing Ratha, the monster with the wings of ruin.
The hunters were talking about that, right? A Rathalos with the power to bring ruin to the world?
So the legend goes. I have a feeling it has a connection to the peculiar occurrences of late.
All right. Leave the hunters to me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. But it'll work out. I'm sure you've got what it takes to make it through this. Huh. You're my first student after all, right? You watch out for the newbie. Got that, Naviru?
Whatever you say, Chief! The two of us will do you proud!
You have your grandpa's determined eyes. Take good care of his kinship stone. Go now. There's a boat at the bottom of the cliff you can use.
Thanks for everything, Tina! Chief Gara! We'll see you again soon!
Thank you so very much. Let's go.
That ship! Hey, where are they going? Blast! Tsukino,
I'm here.
I need you to tail them.
Mission accepted. Moon's blessing emerged.
All right. We made it through. That doesn't sound right. Oh, maybe that's time frame. Okay. So... Alright, it was only 4 hours to get there, not 5. Still, it did take a while to get up to that point. Trying to remember if there's any cutscenes once we land. Here we are, Ruto Village is just beyond the hill. Alright, race you to the top, buddy. No. I will not race you, cat. Decided to travel with Enna, the Wyverian girl, to protect the Raised Wing Ratha egg, entrusted to her by Guardian Ratha. You set off to her home, Ruto Village, where your grandfather, Red, once forged strong bonds with the Wyverians living there. Good for us. We have a Rathalos egg. And Kinship Stone is level 2. World map. Good, good. What's this? Sleepy fish. Alright, well, with that being said, there is a caravan stand, and this video's been long enough as it is. So, I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know it was long, but a lot of story details and a big den, dungeon, whatever you want to call it, to get through. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially once I've got to start up at secondary accounts just to fix recording issues. Hit that notification icon. You know, be notified every time I upload. I try to keep a consistent schedule, it just doesn't always happen. I've been Black Cat Hobbies. I hope everyone is doing excellent, and I will see you all in the next video.